Do you hear my voice clearly? The sound is okay? Not okay? Okay. My internet connection is not good. So if it is interrupting quite often, probably I may switch off the video. As I assume that your body, mind has come into some rhythm to practice in the morning, getting up, preparing, and doing this pranayama practice. And when we repeatedly do, you can notice you are able to identify the subtle differences, minute changes. That's the quality we need when we go into the deeper aspect. It may be just ujjayi, it may be just viloma, okay, you are in English channel. So within that techniques, we travel, we go into the deeper aspects, subtler aspects. Is it okay so far? The sound is okay? Okay. Next, we will move into bandhas. We apply one by one. We learn, we practice, and apply together. So we need to understand what is bandha. How it can be different from mudra. What is happening when we are doing asana. How it works in pranayama. And how it helps again to travel into this. Before that, I would like to address the questions We have few questions. Let me start with the one left last week. Last week, which is the previous week, before the previous week, somebody mentioned about sexual energy. We should not indulge or suppress the sexual desire. I have observed that every month will have some days that desire comes. What kind of asanas or pranayama can help to transform it? I have tried some asanas from light and yoga, but there is no much effect happened. We have varieties of desire. Okay. We have varieties of desires. Desires to eat, desires of various senses, all our senses. Desire for power, desire for status, desire for money, wealth, desire to become a great yoga teacher, desire to have many students, desire to be a good wife, a good mother, good son, good daughter, varieties of desires. In one point of view, when you look at the sexual desire, it is one more desire. But the concept, the idea, do's and don'ts, rights and wrongs of sexual life comes with a lot of complication. It changes because of the culture, because of even place-wise, country-wise. It has its own place, how they see, how they approach, how they practice. Overall, if we see throughout the world, human beings are not yet moved from cave mindset long back, centuries back. What their understanding about the sexual life is still prevailing mostly. Many places it's even a taboo. The things are happening around that daily activities. So we can keep on looking that through various aspects. But let us be brief. And in the yoga practice, what is that relationship? Basically, it is related with the daily life. But in yoga practice, many masters very clearly said, if your life energy goes down, apana movement, downward movement, the prana goes downward, it is sexual energy. So we can relate with the apana movement. The same energy raising upward. The movement, the direction into opposite. It becomes spiritual energy. It becomes the energy to know one's own self. And in the pursuit of knowing oneself, compared to other desires, this desire very much become an obstacle, high possibility. The very reason is, by default, by nature, the attraction is there towards this desire. Then you have some concepts around that. This is right, this is wrong, this is good, this is bad. Then this complication getting worse, getting more difficult to solve. So many spiritual masters, many schools want to prohibit, want to avoid, they want to let go this desire. So you can notice this recommendation of monk life, renunciated life. But without processing, without understanding, without knowing the nature of every individual's sexual life or the desire, it's because said by teachers, said by book, said by many spiritual schools, the very act will lead to suppression. Not only this desire, any kind of desire. That's why Yoga Sutra says don't try to control, don't control. Instead, we need to transcend, we need to transform. Varieties of thoughts. That is the nature of the mind. Now we want to do meditation, close our eyes, the thoughts should disappear. You cannot. Why? Having thoughts, connecting with the senses, receiving the data, analyzing them, utilizing them. Nature of the mind. The moment you open the eyes, what is the nature of eyes? Seeing, receiving the images, receiving the vision. If you tell to your eyes, no, I opened the eyes, but I should not see anything. It's not possible. The image will be there. Then the possibility comes only to the mind whether you want to receive that or you want to disconnect that. Same way, when we are going into meditation, the nature of the mind is thinking, constantly working through thoughts. That's why our meditation practice starts with dharana. Bring the focus on one thing. The mind will keep switching from here to there, there to here. Now let us practice to focus on one thing. This second, this moment, focus the same thing. Next moment, focus the same thing. Next moment, focus the same. Looking into something, keep engaging, keep doing this activity is the nature of mind. So, we want to train the mind instead of looking into many things to focus on one thing. So there we are not controlling the mind, we are changing, transforming the way the mind functions. So there is a move away from this so-called mind. That's where we really see mind is just an instrument. Now look, when we look at this desire, sexual desire, one more desire. In fact, probably after a certain age, it has its own, by nature, by default, activity, functioning, physical reaction, chemical reaction, hormone reaction, all the various things. By nature, body is functioning in that way. In the social way of arrangements, social arrangements, from various generation, people understand this and come up with some arrangement in the name of marriage, in the name of family arrangements for various ways, natural phenomena. In the process, we come up with a lot of rules and regulations. We come up with various do's and don'ts. What we have done in the process. In fact, to some extent, we can say we just messed up. And when it comes to spiritual practice, yoga practice, definition given, you should not waste that energy, sexual energy. So you have to transcend that. So you control your sexual desire, close your eyes, do meditate, raise the energy upward. It will not happen just by meditation. So you do asana, you do pranayama, you do meditation to overcome that. It may help to some extent until a certain point. But this desire, we can say it is deep rooted, not just in this life, maybe from life. So it is passed through genes from one generation to other generation. We can say identify this is very old desire. Not just human beings, all the beings, any kind of life. The simple logic of universe, existence of this universe. The duality nature trying to move away from each other, same time trying to come closer to each other. It's a kind of like a game, chasing each other. That's how this arrangement, this setup. That's why it is said, neither suppress nor indulge. When we read Yoga Sutra, Brahmacharya is said like Yama, Brahmacharya. A lot of translation given as being a celibate, no sex, living a renunciated life, monk life. What will be the benefit of that? Virya labha. By practicing brahmacharya, your energy level will be high. You get more energy so that you can focus on your practice. It is not that you don't get the clarity, the understanding of yourself. You get a little bit extra energy. It's not just about the physical energy, it is about your thought process, your activities, and many things associated with that. So, first we need to accept it is very natural. We should not approach it with our pre-established concepts. This is right, this is wrong, this is good, this is bad. Instead, we need to see things very objectively. It is there, what I have to do. Various social conditions, individual conditions, family conditions. You need to find a solution. Very generic solution doesn't work. You give the solution, okay, get married. Okay, then what? After some time, this marriage is not enough. Okay, get one more marriage. Do one more time. Do one more time. It doesn't work that way. Why? The nature of desire, any desire, itself not easy or not very naturally you can let go. You can analyze by thinking, thought process, and just you can overcome. There are layers of uh, various layers of this these desires. Some desire very easy to cross over. Some desire even you get you enjoy you get fulfilled, but still the desire will not go. Even the very same sexual desire, some people very easy to overcome that. For some people, it is not that easy to overcome that. But when we look for solution, if we look very generic way, it may not helpful. So we have to find the solution within our situation, our conditions. What we have to do for that, we need to look into the nature of it, physical structure, mental structure, the very sexual act with awareness, without any mechanical way. Various ways we can give solution, but I will not say, okay, you do this asana, by that it will be fine. And say generally forward bends very much helpful. Also, when we do certain mudras, bandhas, very much helpful. Viloma helpful. Chandrabedana is helpful. Meditation is helpful. But these tools we have to use to transcend the mind. Understand transcends, then you will know how to manage it. Again, it is neither suppression nor through this knowledge. The transcendence of the body and mind happens naturally. So look through this way and see the life, a platform to experiment. Don't go approach the life with fixed mindset. Instead of seeing what is life, don't decide this is life and try to fix the life within that preconceived mindset. Okay, go to the next question. Is it my sound is okay so far? Manageable? Okay. You said we should be relaxed, not concentrate on breath in meditation. But if not concentrating on breathing, mind will also go give drifting away. What to do? Be aware of this drifting mind as well. So that's what I am saying. When we are meditating, the expectation is chitta vritti nirodha, cessation of this activity of the mind, which means the modification of the mind, which means the thought process. But the nature of the mind is looking, connecting, observing, analyzing. So now we are using this breath as a tool. We are observing to start with. As you concentrate, that is helping, that is something to hold on. That is one technique. Like this, you focus on the energy center. You focus just overall relaxed state of the body. You focus on the silence. Like this, varieties of ways. So when we are trying to do something particularly where we want to focus only the silence, that moment I said, don't now focus on the breath, don't regulate the breath, don't do anything with the breath. Otherwise, observing the breath, focusing on the breath is one technique. Yes, you can do that, which helps to regulate the mind. But if you are using some other technique, then you don't go into the breath. So then what happens? You are again shifting from one thing to other. So that's what I was trying to say. Yes, it's not that you should not concentrate. You can do that if it is your meditation technique. But that is not the only technique. I said that I was saying that it was not the only technique. That is one of the techniques. So concentrating on the breath is one technique. Observing the breath is one technique. Yes, you can do. But don't mix when you do the other way, like other technique. The normal breath, the next question. The normal breath before and after pranayama are different, but they are called normal breathing. In the meditation also, normal breathing. So how to understand normal breathing? Okay, which means we have many normal breathing. Now you are listening, giving attention on something, you are breathing. This is one normal breathing. Then when you are doing pranayama, in between you are regulating that breath flow, then there is a time you don't regulate. So then also we say normal breathing. Maybe we can name it, it is pranayama normal breathing. Then when you meditate, it is neither normal breathing nor pranayama normal breathing. It is a different normal breathing. So maybe we can say it is a meditation normal breathing. Maybe we should come some definition of this normal breathing. But we just have to say that way. But it changes. It's not the same. When your eye senses are breathing is different. The last one, I said about 3 normal breathing. Did you hear that? Yeah. So we have to come with certain definitions so that we all understand through the same way, same understanding. But when we do pranayama, or when we say, instead of going into these differences, we simply say normal breathing. But the moment you start to bring the attention to the breath, your normal breathing, no more normal breathing. But we still say, okay, observe the breath, keep it normal. So the idea is, don't regulate, don't put effort to lengthen the breath. That's the idea. So, as you said, the normal breathing before and after pranayama will be different also. There is no other way. As we can communicate, then we have to say that only. We can't say, okay, you go back to the normal breathing before pranayama, or you go back to the normal breathing after pranayama. So we don't want to complicate the communication, so we simply say normal breathing. But understand these changes. Okay? So it gives the clarity. Next question. When chanting Om, the ending part of lower abdomen feeling contraction. And in Viloma, inhalation weight at last part also will have this feeling. Is that right? Little bit after exhalation. Okay, after exhalation weight at the last time also will have this feeling. Is that right? So if you see that, What happens through exhalation? When we do in sound, basically when the sound comes, it's also associated with the exhalation. Viloma exhalation also. We are using the body part, starting from intercostal muscles, diaphragm movement, abdomen movement. So that action, we put in that way the definition of force. When I do inhalation, exhalation, what is the force we use? That's what we say. We put effort, use certain force, but it becomes very normal, so we don't see that we are putting some effort, some force. But when we regulate the breath, when we lengthen the inhalation, when we lengthen the exhalation, we put more effort, which means more force. So this exhalation part, when you are doing, that long, that lengthening, the nature of the force is changing, increasing. So from where you get this force? You might have used already the shoulders, already clavicle area, already your intercostal muscles, already your diaphragm moving upward, exhalation time. So then you feel where the impact of that naturally, you feel the contraction, abdomen, navel. Normal breathing, when we see, the activity may be different. But the moment you want to put extra force, then you use that core muscles we call abdomen area. So that's how you feel it. If you are able to observe that, aware of that, then is the indication put more force. So the contraction you are by stopping breathing actually, by retention. So don't do it in the long run. See that how you can change that. Okay. You will you will you will do some support, some action from there, but don't tighten, don't put with a lot of force. So with that observation, you need to reduce it. That means then don't lengthen long. That's the conclusion. Okay. Today, after pranayama, fully relaxed, suddenly I remember the scene when I was 2, 3 years old. My sister putting me into very cold water to take a shower and the coldness on my back. Because my back always painful since what time I don't know, where it's hurting exactly. And my tear coming continuously. If pranayama and meditation can let me remember the time 2, 3 years old, can it also let me remember last life? Is the rebirth really exist? What do you think? What yogis are saying, what many masters are saying, yes. Not only rebirth, go back to your past life. Go back means not physically, you can recall. You can bring that like a movie. But in order to go there, look into that, even if you practice a particular technique, your purpose, your intention need to be very clear. Why you want to know. Is it just curiosity? Or is it going to serve any purpose? Suppose you practice and got back and went to recall your past life. Say the last life, your death dog, the dog from your neighbor house. Bitten you and are running for life because of that. Now you are looking, who is the dog? Now you come to know that same dog has taken a birth in this life also. The same dog is your spouse now. Now you are able to see your previous life, and now you are seeing that that's the same dog as your spouse. So whenever your spouse come nearby, can you see your spouse or can you see the dog? The fear will come. The dog was chasing you. You were running for life. So whenever the spouse comes closer, you will see that, you're going to get the bite again. So simply knowing the past life will be dangerous. You will lose the peace of this life. The arrangements are such a way. The main reason is you are here in this life, right? If the purpose is to know about yourself, know the existence, know the structure of our universe, human life, to get the clarity of this birth and death cycle, to know what is life, what is death, what is gross body, what is subtle body, what happens after death to the subtle body. Then you can search, then you can explore, then you can try. So, if you really want to travel in that direction, first requirement is to keep the life very simple. When the life is simple, keep the mind simple. So, very naturally, you will get into the meditative life. A long way to go, not outward, inward. That inner journey will reveal the concept of birth and death, concept of rebirth, concept of many lives. So you check yourself, why do you want to know? If that is your interest, see that how it is going to support. Evaluate your current life and get into that meditation. It is the process. When we let go all other worldly desires, I want to do that, I want to get that, I want to go there, I want to achieve that, all kinds of worldly desires. Then our inner journey happens naturally. Enjoy that stillness. You enjoy that awareness. You enjoy being yourself. Simply being yourself. You don't search, find any reason to be happy. You are happy just to be yourself. You are happy. That mindset helps this inward journey. That inward journey helps to know. So my best wishes, please share If you get back to your past life and make sure you don't meet the dog. We'll continue a few more questions tomorrow. Thank you all. Namaste.